Hello everyone, my name is Gaurav. I'm here to take you through the deployment process for OCM Report Scheduler. You'll be able to find this document at docs.tetherfi.com under Omnichannel Manager. Now, before we begin with the deployment process, we need to copy this particular SVN repository link and perform an SVN checkout. Now, in order to do so, you need to create a new folder first and then right click on it and select SVN checkout. Once this is done, all the files from the SVN repository will be checked out into this folder. I have already done it with respect to this folder, Report Scheduler 1. Now, once the checkout has been done, within this folder, you'll be able to find two more folders, binaries and database scripts. The binaries folder will contain all the necessary DLLs and the config files, while your database scripts folder will contain the configuration script, stored procedures, and table scripts for each report. The next thing that we have to do is configure is we need to make certain configuration changes with respect to our config files. Let's start off with tmc.config file. This file is present within our binaries folder at the bottom. Yeah, this is the one. I've already opened this file. So here, the change that we need to make is for config load mode. For config load mode, its value can either be set to local or none. If its value is set to local, it will be fetching all the details from tmc underscore data.json file. Now, if its value is set to none, it'll be fetching the details from ocm.reportscheduler.dll.config file. The next thing that you have to do is you need to mention or provide directory paths for tmc underscore data.json file as well as template.config file. Once this is done, you can move on to the configuration changes in tmc underscore data.json file. Here we need to provide values for Tetherfi app path as well as Tetherfi log path according to the places where we have created these files. Another change that we need to make is we need to configure our log file. Now, in order to do this, you can create another separate folder called as logs within that report scheduler. Now, this path, along with the name of the log file that you wish to create, needs to be copied and pasted in log4net.config file for the tag file. Now, only on running the service will this file get created. Another thing that you need to keep in mind is about the connection string. If the config load mode value is set to local, it will fetch the connection string from tmc underscore data.json file. If its value is none, it fetches the connection string from ocm.reportscheduler.dll.config file. Here, in my case, I have commented the key write connection string as I am writing and reading into the same database. Now, if you wish to write into another database, you need to uncomment the key write connection string. Now, and after that, make sure that you configure the values for the connection string as per your DB server. Once these things are done, you can move ahead to create a service. Now, in order to create a service, you need to run command prompt as administrator. And after that, you need to execute this particular command, sc create report scheduler, which would be the name of the service. And then along with that, you need to provide a bin path. Bin path, basically what it does is it's pointing towards your application file or the .exe file. On hitting enter, the service should get created successfully. Now, keeping this in mind, in order to schedule the reports, you need to place certain DLLs within the libs folder. The libs folder, you'll be able to find it in binaries. Now, my libs folder contains only agent.aux report. As a result of which, that means I only want to schedule this particular report. Now, depending upon your needs, like which reports you wish to schedule, keep only those DLLs over here, and the rest of the DLLs, you can remove them from the libs folder. For the reports that you wish to schedule, you need to run their respective scripts, which you can find them in database scripts. In order to do this, you need to have your OCM database already set up and configured. If this is not done, please refer to OCM deployment guide, which is available at docs.tetherfi.com under Omnichannel Manager. Once the OCM DB is set up, you need to run the configuration script, stored procedure, and the table scripts for the report that you wish to schedule under OCM. Now, in our case, I want to schedule agent aux report. So through Management Studio itself, I can navigate into the database scripts folder, where for agent aux report, I'll be able to find its configuration script in this folder, its stored procedure in this folder, and the table scripts in this folder. Upon navigating there, we can execute these scripts. One more thing to keep in mind is for the configuration script, not status update, sorry, input start date and input end time, we can configure it as per our needs. Right now, it will be inserting records from 2017. So if you wish to insert records from 2019, the year 2019, you just need to make changes over here and execute the file. Now, once the file has been executed, once the scripts have been executed, you can start the service by simply going to services. My service is already up and running. In order to start the services, just right click on it and just click on start. It should start. Now, once the service is running, you need to make sure if the log files are being created. If the log file is being created, you need to check if it is being written. If all these things are happening, you can go into your logs folder. One second. You can go into your logs folder within report scheduler, and you can open this logfonet.log file. I've already opened it. On opening this particular file, you should be able to see found one jobs in libs, because I only have agent aux report there. It will show you that it has loaded report agent aux report, and its report type, it's recurring. Also, its frequency in minutes, it's 15 minutes. So the scheduled one job for execution now, total running one. That means only one report is present there. Next thing that it's going to do is it's going to start fetching data from the SP. Then it's going to finish fetching data from the SP, then finish formatting the data, and it's going to show us the number of records that were retrieved. Here it is 0 because the main table does not contain any records. After the job is completed, it will also show us that show us the status completed with success and the duration taken. Similarly, you can follow the same procedure for scheduling various other reports. Thank you, and stay tuned for a future video where we talk about report scheduler integration with OCM and how we can view it from the UI.